Good morning, students. My name is Frincy Ibarrientos, and I will be your teacher for physical education. You can call me Teacher Frin. So this video is about it's another discussion today. So make yourself comfortable so that we can have an engaged and interactive discussion. So this time we have another topic, a new topic for everyone. And from the slide that I'm showing, it's about the evolution of dance, so you can know the history. And be ready. First, let's have our opening prayer. Let's feel the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather here today, we invite your presence in our homes. Lord, bless every student here as we embark on another day of learning. Please give us clear minds and open hearts so we can grasp the knowledge and lessons set before us. Amen. So, how are you today, class? You can have your virtual kamustahan with me and with your classmates. Ayan. And so, hello, good morning again, students. And I hope you are all doing well in your own homes, right? And be this new topic, this discussion will make us learn more together. Let's have the attendance. So, this is the instruction for your attendance. Please comment down below via YouTube. You can you can attach the example. You can follow the example, attendance, full name, section, time in. Yan. So you can be present in this subject. And please be honest, and I can monitor if you finished or if you have the comment on our YouTube video. So are you all done? Okay, let's wait for the others. All right. Can anyone give me the previous lesson about? Ayan. Ano nga ba yung pinag-usapan natin nung last meeting? Our lesson is all about the elements of dance. So this as we discussed yesterday, the foundational concepts of and vocabulary that help students to develop movement skills and understand dance as an artistic process. So dance can broken down into following five elements. So what is that five elements of dance? We can call it the acronym BASTE, which stands for, you can comment down so that we can see who who does kung sino ang mga students talagang nakinig last meeting. That acronym BASTE means body, action, space, time, and energy. Ayan. So that is the meaning of the body of the BASTE. So we can this framework of is a way to discuss any kind of movement, while different dance styles call for specialized skills and stylization choices. The underlying elements of dance are visible in all dance experience. So we can, ano nga ba yung mga question nga niyan na um, for the baste, for the elements of dance. So for the body, we can um, we can we can ask the question, who is who will perform the dance. So that is the body, and action, that is does what, or kung anong move ano bang klaseng move, right? And the space, question where, saan ba gaganapin yung isang dance na yon. And time, when, kung that dyan na pinag-uusapan yung timing, the duration, right? The speed. So that's lastly is the energy. How the dance perform. So that is the baste, the elements of dance. So today our lesson will be the evolution of dance. As I have said earlier in this topic, we will discuss the history of dance in the world, and specifically in the Philippines. So dance is considered as essential to the evolution of civilization. And yun nga, dance describes also the culture, tradition, beliefs of a certain place or country. Since the first humans had not yet crafted language, it was through their body's movement that they communicated. So from the gestures, right? So mahirap pa noon mag-communicate. So the people before created a way of communication through the body communicate, from the non-verbal communication, and through by using our body. So tribes develop a system of motion, a dance, to recognize their members. So any human not knowing the routine will be greeted less cordially. So, 'di ba dati parang marami ang tribes noon, and there are many purposes of dance, as their yun nga, culture, tradition, for their, kumbaga parang may reason kung bakit meron silang ganong certain dance. So I will present now the learning objectives. Please everyone read it and understand it clearly. So at the end of the 1 hour interactive discussion, at least 85% of the students are expected to, letter A, identify and describe the difference of dances in every period. So in this topic, um, may iba-ibang period or stages ng ng mga bawat history of the dance, na makikita nyo yung pagkakaiba, yung pag-evolve nung dance. And letter B, confidently present the assigned nature and purpose related to the evolution of dance. So you can later we will having an activities, and don't worry, I will give you a time to do it. And lastly, letter C, create dance steps incorporating the history of dance in the Philippines. I hope we all achieve this objective for this discussion. This is the flow of the session, learning outlines, for you to have an idea about the ways of proceedings of the session, so that we can have a smooth transition of every outline in our discussion. Number one, Pictionary. We will have an icebreaker activity later on. Second, in the world. Third, in the Philippines. Next, time to share. And next, quiz. Syempre, hindi mawawala ang ating quiz. And number 6, show your dance. Number 7, summary. And lastly, the assignment. So that we can have a meaningful and we can measure your knowledge for this discussion. Are you ready for the icebreaker activity class? Ayan. Let us read the instruction. The first one, guess the right word or phrases for the picture shown. So you can comment your answer with your full name and section. And this the sample format for you to have your comment para mas organized. Type Pictionary, capitalize, and then dash answer, next your full name and section. Ayan, yun yung Pictionary. So, are you ready? I will now present the pictures that is related to the answers, and the underline represent how many words it is. So, did everyone understand what is the icebreaker activity so that we can start now? And then, don't worry, it will be easy for you. Ayan. Number 1. This is the number 1 pictures. Ayan. So, what is the answer? It is, kumbaga parang dalawa ang picture na to. Yan. 2 pics and 2 words. Yan. 2 pics and 2 words. Because there is 2 lines. Is it, ayan, is it rock age? Ayan, mali yun. Hindi rock age. Ano ba? Ano ba ang tamang answer for this for these pictures? It is Stone Age. Yes. So we will talk about it later on. Next, number 2. Ayan. 2 pictures ulit and 2 underline. So it means it is 2 words. What is the answer for the second pictures? It is, yan, familiar yung pyramid na yan, right? So it is ancient Egypt. Yan. So the Stone Age and the ancient Egypt, it will be a stage, or it is, yes, it is a stage or period for us to describe the dance from that period. So I hope this activity is easy for you guys, so that you can familiar the words later on. It is ancient Egypt. Next. Ayan, parang baka maano kayo nito. Malito. Ayan. 2 pictures and 1 word. What is the answer? Is it dance? So another guess, class. It is not dance. It is waltz. Yan, waltz. So, parang madalas tong ginagamit for ballroom dances. Yan. Last picture. What is the right answer? It is 2 pictures and 1 word. It is a place. Yes, it is a place. Yan. Is it? Is it England? No. That is Rome. That is Rome. Clap your hands, everyone. I hope you have freshened up your minds. So let us begin with our discussion. Yun, meeting, we discuss the dance and review the term of dance. Now, let me ask you again, what is dance for you? You can share your ideas on the comment section so that we can have interactive discussion with your classmates. Yeah. So for me, dance is a movement where we can express our feelings or move with our body in a rhythmic way. And the dance is the way we can release energy and has the purpose of expressing ideas of human. Usually uses um, music. However, we can dance without music naman. Merong ganon na minsan the silence itself is the music that we can use for the dancing. Okay, today we will talk about the history. The history when did the dance start in the world? Yan, evolution of dance. We will know about it based on our reference to a book by Kurt Sachs. Yeah. Class, listen. So this is the first stage, the Stone Age. Ayan. The early history of the dance comes to us from the rock paintings created by primitive man tens of thousands of years ago in what is now the France. Whether prehistory speaks of the early and later Stone Age, the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age, or whether it defines the lesser cultural groups such as the Magdalenian, the Aurignacian, or the Solitarian, we almost find their reflection in the culture of some primitive race of today. So it is the earliest form of the dance. Um, Dance was often celebration. The purpose of the dance is for celebration or ceremony. For example, the hunters would dance both or before and after a hunt. So it usually um, perform in a tribe, right? So they can hunt for their food, for their survival. First, to appease the gods for the animals they would be killing, and later to celebrate their success. First, use dance as a gesture in order to communicate. As I have said earlier, yun yung ginagamit nila for a way of communication. It was used as a means of expressing and reinforcing tribal unity and strength. It is also an approach for courtship and mating, and as means of worship and therapeutic experience. So, meron din iba palang way pa rin noon, yan, meron din palang courtship, yan, and then worship for their beliefs. People from the prehistoric era perform in ways they hope would appease the forces of nature and or give them new powers. So, yun yung mga pinapaniwalaan nila noon. Yan. And let's watch this video so that you can have an idea of what is the Stone Age all about. So this the evolution of dance prehistoric. It is from the YouTube.
At the beginning of time, man discovered there were ways of moving that expressed joy, pain, threat, and conquest.
Dance has been an important part of ceremony, rituals, celebrations, and entertainment since before the birth of the earliest human civilizations. Traces of dance from prehistoric times were found in 9,000-year-old rock shelter paintings in India and in Egyptian tomb paintings depicting dancing figures from about 3300 BC.
Everything we are today, we inherited and developed over time. And so begins our journey through the evolution of dance.
All right. So that is the Stone Age. I hope you understand what this period was all about. So let's proceed so that we can have the 1 hour discussion na maximize. Let's now proceed to the classical period. We have Greece and Rome. Dance became brutal and sensationalized as their entertainers were slaves and captives from many nationalities, and it was used more often. However, dance still existed and was performed within the church during religious ceremonies, and especially the Christian, where the Christian fathers approved the use of dance if it is form and in intent were holy and profound. So the classical period have for the Greece is the choral dance and the round dances, and also the thought taught as an aid to military education among the boys in Athens and Sparta. So if you remember from the evolution na is we discussed the Athens and Sparta. And next for the Rome, there are dances of the seigneurial and peasant. Yeah. So that is the classical period, and then meron pa. Yeah, number one is for the classical period nga is dance became brutal and sensationalized as their entertainments were slaves and captives from many nationalities, and it was used more often for gruesome purposes. So the dance um, has purpose ulit. Ayan, it's for gruesome purposes. So, ano nga ba ang gruesome purposes? Ano ang meaning ng gruesome? It is causing repulsion or horror. It is extremely unpleasant. Unpleasant and shocking, where it deals with death or injury. Number two, dance eventually um, became an integral part of the corruption in the latter days of the Rome Empire, resulting in the condemnation of dance by the early Christians. And next, however, the dance is still existed and was performed within the church during religious ceremonies. And next, the Christian fathers, yun nga, was it approved the dance if it is for holy or profound. And lastly, dances then became part of worship and church services. So that is the classical period. Let's continue. The ancient Egypt. So this next period is most of the dances during this era were mainly a medium of religious expression. So it is the same for the classical period where um it is for the church where the dances approved by the Christian fathers if it is holy and profound. And dance was in a full bloom and richly recorded. It is just reflected in their wall paintings, reliefs, and in the literary records of hieroglyphs. So, di ba dun sa Stone Age is wala pang masyadong language ang na ginagamit. For the dito naman is natuto na silang magsulat. And in hieroglyphs. Yan. So ano nga ba yung hieroglyphics? So it is a writing system invented in Egypt around 5,000 years ago. So it is the second oldest form of writing. So after the cuneiform, 'di ba? So which uses wedge-shaped characters and was devised by the Sumerians of Mesopotamia. Ayan. Yun naman yung ano doon, from the Mesopotamians. So, let's watch an example. However, this example is a dance of Cleopatra, pharaonic Egyptian dance. It is from YouTube. Let's watch it attentively, class. that video will be a will be a good understanding for this period, which is the ancient Egypt, showing the Cleopatra. So let's continue the 15th century. So there are many kinds of dances for this century. Um, there's the bass dance, saltarello, pavan, paso probante. This dance range from slow, stately processional dances, especially that to the basset dance, yan, pavan and almain. Yan, meron pa tayong almain. To the fast, meron din fast and lively dances, which is the galliard, coranto, and canario. The former in which the dancers' feet high were not raised high off the floor, were styled the dance base, while energetic dances with lips and lifts were called the hatay dance. So, yun palang slow is masyadong, kumbaga parang for the Philippines is parang siyang um, mahinhin, 'di ba? And not likely the fast and lively dance. From the word itself, it is lively. So, what do you think about the base dance? This is the example video, the base dance. Yan. It wears a long dress and merong pang nakalagay sa ulo ng babae. And also, there are a hat wearing for the boys. So let's watch this video attentively, class. All right. So I hope you understand the Basidanse, where it is a manuscript handwritten in Brussels that highlights the Burgundian court dance, referred to as the Basidanse. In the Basidanse, it is a large group of dancers perform a series of steps in triple time. The Italian courts naman is also did this dance, the basa danza, as they call it, for the social purposes. Ayan, mayroon naman ulit na purpose ang ating dance. Kanina, it is for the, ayan, gruesome purposes. This one is the social, for the Christians, and for the communication. So there are many kinds of purposes for this dances. The last period is the age of the waltz. Please let us read this one. Waltz is the oldest of the current ballroom dances. First waltz were danced in the location of today's Germany and Austria back in 13th century. The style was immediately picked by the other nation who each created its own form and style of the dance. So this period is um is intended for the ballroom dances. In Vienna naman, in the 18th century, the waltz ascended from being a dance of the servants or um, peasants or to being a dance of higher classes. So this dance pala is for rich, for the royals. It reached England in 791 but wasn't popular until the early 19th century. So that is the waltz. The class understood the world history of the dance. I hope you understand each period of the dance. Let's go back. We have the Stone Age, right? Where the Stone Age, the dance is for the communication, right? Using the dance gestures. And also it is have an approach for courtship and mating, for the worship and therapeutic experience. Next is the classical period. The classical period, this has a gruesome purposes where the dance became brutal and sensationalized. And the next one is the ancient Egypt, where this dance is for the religious expression, right? For the religion, and it is um, na preserve. It is preserved for the literary records of using the hieroglyphs. And lastly, age of the age of the quotes for intended for the ballroom dances. So, ayan. So that is all for the evolution of dance focusing in the world. Nice work, everyone. So now we will proceed to the Philippines. Let's focus on the folk dancing. When the Philippines was discovered by Ferdinand Magellan in 1521, it was inhabited by different racial groups. It is the Indonesian, Malays, and the Pijan, P, yes, P, Pijayns. The offspring of the Pijans were the Negritos, whose dances describe their daily activities like sinulog and dual dance, where two men use bolos. So, this one we will talk about the culture of the Philippines, of the cultural groups, diba? There are many cultural groups, and lalo na sa Mindanao, lalo na sa, yan, sa Visayas, and also the Luzon, Higher Luzon. And then, for centuries, dancing and singing have been principal pastimes of the people. The early Filipinos considered dancing as a religious activity. They performed dances and thanksgiving for a fruitful harvest or a victorious battle and a prosperous voyage or recovery from sickness. So usually rin, ginagamit ang dance for the tribe dancing na. Yan, pwede ginagamit rin. And for now, the music used for what? For expressing the expressing their feelings. So that is the use of the dance and music here in the Philippines. During the Spanish period, dancing played an important part in the social activities of the Filipino, also Western culture and dances of other European countries, which later became our traditional folk dances. So, nag-ano rin naman ang ating mga folk dance. What is the folk dance? Folk dance is the dances of the people. It is not all dances. It is it the dances describe what culture and tradition and beliefs of the people in the Philippines. So during the Spanish period is um, mas naging mas naging nag-develop ang folk dance nun. Especially it is related to the religion, which is the Christians, where the Spanish influence us this kind of religion. And also hindi meron din iba-ibang kinds of folk dance where we can discuss it right now, where there are three types of folk dance, which is the national and regional and the character. Where the national, it is traditional dances of a given country, where mostly of the people in the country is dancing that certain folk dance. And the second is the regional, where that folk dance is for local. And the third one is the character, where it is created by a group, which specifically the cultural group. And there are there are classification of Philippine folk dances. We can focus on the nature of the folk dances, which is the occupational dances. This nature describe the purpose of the folk dance, where yun nga, occupational, it depicts of the certain occupation. And the next one is the religious or ceremonial dances, where it focuses in during the Spanish period, where it perform in connection in with the religious vows and ceremonies. Next is comic dances. It depicts funny movements for entertainment. So this dance has the purpose for entertainment. Next is the game dance, with it is a play with it is a dance with a play elements. Next is the wedding dances. So this dance have the purpose for wedding. It is performed during wedding feasts. And next is courtship dance. It depicts love making. Next is festival dances for special occasion or any social gathering. And lastly, the war dances, where it shows imaginary combat or duel. So that is for the nature of the folk dances. So you can have the idea. So nowadays, folk dancing is increasing popularity. There are numerous fascinating Philippine dances which have already been documented and performed not only in school but also by various dance troops, well organized by Mrs. Tolentino. The UP folk song and dances have performed and showed their um, prowess in several towns and provinces nearby Manila. So, marami ng kinds of folk dance talaga right now. And who is, as you be curious about, who is Mrs. Tolentino? Ayan. She is the one who yan preserve the Filipino heritage, and let me where yan she organized, and I can I can oh my god. So let's proceed now for the time to share. Let's proceed now for the time to share. Let us read the instruction. Ang in addition class pala is for furthermore, the bayanihan, Filipiniana, and others like Barangay Ramon Ubusan folkloric dances troupe and have performed outside the country, and their success obtain admiration and appreciation of Filipino culture by the foreigners. Thus, um, they have brought pride and prestige to the country. So I hope the evolution, the dance in the Philippines, which is we focus on the folk dances, will be understood by everyone. So now, are you ready for the time to share, class? Ayan. Let us read the instruction. Group yourself into 4 based on the list provided, and don't worry, class. This activity is already posted. And share information about the assigned period of the history dance by creating an infographic with any application that you are comfortable using. Number one, the stage, classical period, ancient Egypt, and 15th century. You can focus only for the evolution of dance in the world. Okay, so that is the activity. So you can have 10 minutes to to hindi, hindi, hindi. So after this video, you can talk about it later on. So let's now have a quiz. This is an identification. Write the answer on the separate sheet of paper. You can have the time for to answer this. So remember class, this is you can answer it after this video with the time to share. All right? And you can screenshot it so that you can have the copy of the questions and the quiz. Now we will apply our learnings. You will now perform a folk dance. Only a figure 1, 2, 3. It is a carinyosa. It is kind of a folk dance in the Philippines, which it is a national dances. Um, this one will be a 1 week duration, and it's already posted. And you can video yourself and try the step-by-step dance literature and take a video. And by the way, this is the rubric of the dance, and this is the dance literature. And let us watch and listen attentively with this video from a YouTube video. It is the Carinyosa Philippine Folk Dance. All right. So you can rewatch it later on. Don't worry, this activity will be 1 week duration. Remember, finish the time to share and quiz today in my time. All right. The Cariñosa and the assignment. The show your Cariñosa is the show your dance, right? The show your dance and assignment are 1 week duration. So don't worry, you have enough time. So let us summarize. Let us now summarize what we discussed. The early history of the dance comes to us from the rock paintings were created by primitive mans 10,000 of years ago. In what is now the France. Next, most of the dances during ancient Egypt were mainly a medium of religious expression. So that is the purpose of the dance in ancient Egypt. Dance became brutal and sensational as their entertainers were slaves and captives from many nationalities, and it was used more often for gruesome purposes. So, bakit? Kasi yung ang entertainers nila were slaves and captives. So, they are showing the braveness para matakot yung mga mga ano nila, mga audience, and yun na din yung way na din nila to show what their intentions. The Basi Dance during the in the Philippines during the Spanish period, dancing played an important part in the social activities of the Filipinos, where the dances are have the purposes for the religion, right? For Christians specifically. What is the first period? It is the Stone Age. All right. What is the popular in the Philippines? That is folk dancing. Last question. The dance became what? It was brutal and sensational. Okay, thank you for listening. This is the assignment of this topic. Number one, reflect on dancing by asking your elders in home what kind of dance they are used to dancing at their age. Write your answer on your notebook, and or your you can put your answer in the Google Docs and submit it as PDF. You can have 3 to 7 sentences, not many but much. And lastly, what is your favorite dance genre? Explain it briefly. Let us now have the closing prayer and feel the presence of the Lord. Dear God, we thank you for the opportunity to gather together and learn in this online class. We ask for your blessing and guidance as we continue our studies. May we be open to new knowledge, gain wisdom, and understand better the world around us. Amen. Have a nice day, class, and thank you for listening. And remember, the time to share, the time to share and the quiz will be submitted today with this remaining time in my subject. And the show your dance, which is the Cariñosa, and then the assignment is 1 week duration. You can pass it before and on the day of this deadline. So once again, my name is Frincy Ibarrientos, your teacher here in the subject physical education. Your teacher Frin at your service. Thank you and mabuhay.